Hello, friends. Happy to see you here, and I hope that you're all keeping fine. Here, in this video, you will get to see some of the super exciting glimpses of our Day 4 tour in Paris. And today was the day we mainly designed to tour the Disneyland in Paris. Today, the climate this side was warm and we could see the sun. We left our apartment around 9:30 a.m., had a walk to the nearest metro station, the Le Corte. Since today we had to travel by the Aria trains, we had to purchase a new travel pass. And this one-day pass included all the Aria trains, metro lines, and even other means of transport. And so we took our first metro from the Le Corte metro station and had to get down at Saint-Lazare, because it was from this station, Saint-Lazare, that we had to catch the Aria connecting trains. The first Aria train was from Saint-Lazare to Val-de-Fontenay. This was the second time we are traveling on an Aria train in Paris. The first trip was when on the first day we traveled from the airport to the Paris city side. This train journey was really exciting and comfortable. And it just took about 30 minutes or so to reach Val-de-Fontenay. Few people like us got down from the train, while few new passengers got in and the train moved. Here we just had to change the platforms. And without much delay, the next Aria train arrived. Initially, we had to stand for some time, and then, in due course of time, we got a seat. This train was quite full, and we could see a lot of children with parents, all excited to visit the Disneyland. The train was super fast, and it did not have much stops. Then soon after a total journey of about 2.5 hours, we reached our final destination. The train stopped at Marny-le-Vallée and we all got down. This station is quite near to the Disneyland, and we could see almost all of the passengers getting down here. And you could see a huge rush at the exit points. But without much delay, we came out of the station premises and walked towards the Disneyland, which is said to be about 3 to 5 minutes walkway. The Disneyland here in Paris opens daily around 9:30 a.m., but it was almost 12 p.m. when we reached this place. Though the morning rush was over, people keep on coming at their own pace. Since we already had the tickets, the entry process was simple and easy, and after the security check, we were soon standing inside the Disneyland Paris. Right from the entrance itself, this place was all lively and in a mood of splendor and joy. As of my knowledge, the entry tickets are available with many options like types of tickets, number of days, and whether you want to tour in both the parks, that is, the Disneyland Park and the Walt Disney Studio Park, or any one of them. But whatever, often the tickets are sold out like hot buns. And it's always a point to book in advance if you're planning for a trip or a vacation. We had taken a one-day tour pass which had access to both the theme parks, that is, the Disneyland Park and the Walt Disney Studio Park. We had done the tickets from their official website, but tickets are also available in many other booking sites. But it's always good to give a check about the trusted sites and then book the tickets. It is said that you should come here with a valid ticket or a pass to have entry to the Disneyland Paris. And many times you can get promotions and discounts while booking online. though the prices are said to vary depending on the seasons. The Disneyland in Paris is a renowned theme park and an entertainment resort. Though it is in the suburb of Paris, away from the city, it is always crowded and never missed by the tourist. This theme park was officially opened in the year 1992 and since then is a hub of entertainment, dining, shopping, resorts, and much more. The climate today was cold and breezy, and it added to the feeling of being in a fantasy world. At first, the surroundings were a little difficult to locate and walk because it's such a huge place and has lots of frontiers and castles, all magically looking similar. Information pointers were placed at many sites in the venue, and that was also a great help to locate ourselves, as sometimes we get lost of our way while walking and touring. Lots of gift shops and themed stalls were available inside, where you can get lots of gift and souvenirs for kids as well as for adults. Families, tourists, and friends come here to enjoy the vibe as well as to relax and play. Oh, yes, the Disneyland Park as well as the Walt Disney Studios Park both have a lot of games and activities for kids as well as adults. And you can see everyone getting young here and enjoying. Lots of food carts and restaurants are available, and that offers a great experience too, being in Disneyland. People are seen dining and relaxing in between the tour, as this is quite a huge area and needs a lot of energy to walk in and enjoy. A lot more of other activities and games are also available on separate booking, and that can be done anytime being inside the Disneyland Paris. But we did not opt for any additional activities as we were a little down on health after the previous day's tour, since it was a little loaded day. So here's for you a glimpse of the Disneyland Paris. The Disneyland in Paris is located outside the permits of the city, in a place called Marny-le-Vallée-Cheze. The whole of the Disneyland in Paris is laid in an area of 4,800 acres and making it one of the largest Disneyland resorts in the world. Nature was laid beautifully packed with castles, palaces, frontiers, and fountains in this amazing Disneyland. In reality, this place is beautifully overlaid with gardens, lawns, fountains, castles, and a huge number of activities and games for all. Disneyland, as we all know, is a fantasy world we all love to cherish from our childhood. And most of the characters are like a friend or a fan to us right from the days of old. Getting a chance to visit the real Disneyland was a super exciting feel for us. And that was also the reason why we kept a whole day dedicated for the tour in Disneyland. Now, if you have time at hand, you can also track for your favorite characters and get to meet them at the specified places at the specified time. And all the details about this is available in the map. So here's for you a beautiful glimpse of the Disneyland in Paris. Stay tuned and enjoy with us. Another wonderful thing we cherished here were the lawns full of tulips of various beautiful colors and shades. It was really like being in a real fairyland and getting to see all our favorite cartoon characters and the beautiful park at one go. So, here's for you a glimpse of the Disneyland Paris. Now, as the day was progressing, the weather was getting pretty cold and windy, and we were also in need for some warmth. So, we bought a hot chocolate from a store nearby and relished it along the walk. Today, being in Disneyland, we could see a lot of live shows, parades, and character meets throughout the avenue. And so, here are some amazing view of the Disneyland Paris. This Sleeping Beauty Castle is the iconic centerpiece of the Disneyland Paris. And so here is something exclusive for you to watch with us. Then also with the help of the Disneyland map, we loitered around the premises and locating the places of activities and live programs. A lot of our favorite cartoon characters were seen at various places and we could just interact and take pictures with them. We also got to know that the schedules about these appearances are all listed in the map, which was a very convenient way of locating their presence at various places. The easiest way to reach Disneyland Paris is by taking the Aria trains from the central Paris, though private vehicles, rented cars and tour buses are also opted by many, and is mostly about 2+ hours from the city of Paris. But I think mostly everyone prefers to travel by the Aria trains, which is actually comfortable, good to travel and easy to access. We could see a huge crowd gathered in the front way and was waiting to witness the ride of characters and their parade with live performances. It was a joyous moment to meet many nostalgic cartoon characters of our childhood, and we could see the sparkle in everyone's eyes, and literally all the children were dancing with joy. So here's a chance for you to see how the live performances were like. This performance was really interesting and it lasted for some time. And so here's for you to have a look at how it was like. It was so wonderful and was for about 30 minutes or so. Then, soon after the ride and the parade, the crowd dispersed again in all directions. Some had just come in to start the tour, while some others were getting ready to leave the park. Though we had pretty many hours to tour this place, but I think there's still more to see and enjoy. And maybe a day or two will be required to have a real full tour of the Disneyland in Paris. Though you can find lots of tourists and visitors flooding in, and the place was so full, but it was so well maintained and controlled that the beauty was not lost. And people were all seen enjoying. Unlike the many tourist places in Paris, the Disneyland in Paris is quite safe and I guess scam free too. Again, if you have not watched our previous day's video where we had toured the Great Eiffel Tower, had a big bus ride, and a cruise at the Seine River, then here's a link to the video in the description below. Check it out and let us know how you liked it. I'm also adding the playlist of a Paris travel series in the description below and in the I button. And don't forget to share with us your feedbacks, how you liked it and was it interesting. We of course had a good time touring the Disneyland in Paris. The closing time here is somewhat around 6:30 or 7 p.m. depending on the season and the climate. And though we did not want to leave, but since we also had some other plans for the evening and night, we had to say goodbye to Disneyland. Around 5 past, we left the premises of the great Disneyland in Paris and had to walk towards the RER station at Marnelly-Vallée-Chessé. As like before, we had done all the bookings and schedules right from home before we started our travel. And so we were actually quite relaxed during the travel. And so you can just travel and enjoy during the journey without any confusions and stress. Which is also a plus point as the availability of tickets and entry passes are pretty much difficult to get in places like this where there's a huge rush of tourists and visitors during the season. And there are high chances that many times the tickets are sold out. It was just a few minutes walk and soon we reached the station, checked in the tickets and headed towards the platform to catch the next train. The RER trains come in every 8 to 10 minutes and so without much waiting the train arrived towards the central Paris. This train took us to the station Gare du Lion. And from there, we had to continue our journey on the metro line to Châtelet. Now, we chose this metro station because we were planning to spend the evening touring this part of Paris, visiting Sainte-Chapelle, Notre-Dame Paris, and many more. Then, coming out of the metro station, we found a place to have some food and relax a while, as it was also raining in this part of Paris and we did not want to get wet. Again, as the rain stopped, we started our walk towards the famous Sainte-Chapelle. And of course, with the help of Google Map, the route was easy to trod. Walking along the Paris streets were a great moment we cherished. This walkway was all held high with large monuments, sculptures, and beautiful greenery. And along the bank of Seine River, we walked towards Sainte-Chapelle. This was the best time of the day to walk along the bridge across the Seine River with the rays of the setting sun. The Sainte-Chapelle is a well-known medieval Gothic chapel located in the heart of Paris and was commissioned by King Louis IX of France to be a house of religious relics, including the crown of thorns during those days. Today, Sainte-Chapelle is open to public and visitors can explore the whole place from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. But unfortunately, we were late and couldn't make in time to visit inside, as it was near the closing time. So then, we just took few pictures and then continued our walk towards our next destination, that is Notre-Dame Cathedral, Paris. The Notre-Dame Cathedral was just close by and only a few minutes' walk from Sainte-Chapelle. Along the banks of Seine River, we continued walking and could spot the Notre-Dame Cathedral close by. The Notre-Dame Cathedral in Paris, commonly known as Notre-Dame, is very well known and is a historic landmark of the city of Paris. It is a French Gothic-style Catholic cathedral. It used to be the house of the renowned relics like the crown of thorns, nail from the Holy Cross, and a sliver of the Holy Cross, until the fire which broke out in 2019, leaving behind serious damage to the roof and spire. Following which, all these relics were taken out from here to another safe custody. The Notre-Dame Cathedral was open for public, and visitors could freely tour inside until the 2019 incident, after which it's now closed for the public until its restoration is completed. And so we again missed being inside the Notre-Dame Cathedral. We just walked around the premises of the cathedral with hopes to see the restoration completed soon. A layout of how the Notre-Dame Cathedral was before the fire accident, the damages caused by the fire, and also the restoration plans are mapped on the sideways of the cathedral premises. After spending some time here, we then thought to do some exploring of the streets and shops in this area of Paris. And likewise, we came to some souvenir shops, bought some gifts and souvenirs to take back home, as probably today will be the last day we'll be spending a whole time in Paris. And tomorrow onwards, we'll be touring outside the city of Paris. The sun was almost setting and the climate was so relaxing that we thought to spend some time walking along the banks of Seine River. So here are some wonderful views of the Seine River. Then our next plan for today was to once again visit the Louvre Palace and to watch out for the night view of Louvre Museum. Again, with the help of Google Map, we walked along the streets of Paris to reach the Louvre Museum. which was by then not very far from where we were standing. And the time was past 8 p.m. when we reached the Louvre Museum premises. The daytime crowd had all disappeared, and there was such a calmness. Adding to it, someone was playing an organ, which created a feeling of serenity in the atmosphere. Few people were there here and there, and who like us had come to visit the night view of Louvre Museum. But unlike the daytime rush and crowd, now the palace surroundings seemed to be relaxing as well. And so, this was how we spent another beautiful day in Paris, with lots of good memories to cherish. Now, you can also check out our previous Paris day tours and each day's itineraries. I give the link of the whole playlist in the description box. Do check out the videos and watch our tour to the Eiffel Tower, the big bus ride, cruise at Seine River, and of course our daytime tour inside the Louvre Museum. So, after taking some pictures and creating memories, we then said goodbye to the Louvre Museum and started our way back to the nearest metro station at Palais Royal Musée du Louvre. Took a metro train from here to La Défense metro station and again another metro to Le Corti, which is the one close to our apartment. I just loved creating this video and refreshing the memories, and I hope that you too loved it as much as me. Thank you for spending your time with us, and also love to see you in our next video. Until then, stay happy and goodbye from us.